Good evening. The Village of Hainesville regular board meeting will now come to order at 7:10 p.m. August 9th, 2011. If everybody would please rise and I'll lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mayor Soto.
Present.
Trustees Dernoski.
Here.
Priest.
Here.
Duberstein. Here. Garrett is absent. Daly.
Here.
And Washington.
Here.
All right, we are in quorum. Trustee Barrett is not present. We're waiting on him. I know he's been away on vacation, and I wasn't sure if he'd be back in time. We haven't gotten an updated report, but I think it's fair to say he's enjoying his vacation, so we wish him a safe return. If I could have a motion for approval of tonight's agenda, please.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Trustees Dernoski.
Aye.
Priest.
Aye.
Duberstein.
Aye.
Daly.
Aye.
And Washington.
Aye.
Okay, before we move to public comments, there's somebody very special in the audience I want to acknowledge tonight. And we do have an important item of business further down on the agenda regarding this individual, but I thought we maybe wouldn't want to wait too long to serve cake. Paul Retyke, if you'll please stand up. Paul Retyke celebrated his 80th birthday this past Sunday.
We just got old.
Paul is the village's plumbing inspector, and I'm proud and happy to say that I appointed Paul, our plumbing inspector, back in November of 1999. And he continues to do an outstanding job, and we greatly appreciate him, and his family's here with him tonight. And we will tell you more about the exciting life that you've had. I'm pretty excited with some of the things that have occurred in your life. So we'll hear about that more with the resolution that we're passing tonight, recognizing your 80th birthday. But Paul, step over to your cake, and you get to cut the first piece for good luck. And everybody please step up and partake. Enjoy the cake.
Kelly, you'll take a picture.
I got the camera. Oh, good girl.
Thank you, Kelly.
Before you
That's right. We were just going to most of that. It says we're going to
Right.
you did all the songs. That's all you can do.
That's a good sign.
Very nice.
Way to go, Paul.
There you go. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Now, much like at a wedding, I'm going to shove a piece in somebody's face. Except for me. I'm hungry.
Yeah, well,
While they're serving up the cake, if there's anybody that would like to address the board, please step forward to the mic and state your name and address for the record. Hopefully you filled out one of the cards. No cards were turned in? No takers. Okay, cake for everyone. Okay, let's move on to the omnibus vote agenda. Do we have a motion for approval?
So moved. Second.
We're going to get out of here. Nobody just wants to leave.
Motion to adjourn.
Roll call. Roll call.
Trustees Dernoski.
Aye.
Priest.
Aye.
Duberstein. Excuse me, Daly.
Aye.
And Washington.
Aye.
Motion is approved.
Okay, well, we move on to reports and communications. Start with my report. I think everybody will be happy to hear that the adult mosquito spray trucks will be coming around again Thursday evening. They were around last Thursday, but the mosquitoes are still pretty relentless, so they will be around again Thursday, and hopefully that will help with the recent rains that we've had, because they're pretty vicious. Also, at our last meeting a couple weeks ago, we showed the movie Green Fire. Outstanding movie. I was disappointed that we didn't have more people show up, but it really was a worthwhile film. And it will be shown at the University Center at CLC, and I'll have a firm date on that in the near future. It's going to be in September. And we'll actually have a rep at one of our future meetings from the University Center talking about some of the different services they provide, and then she'll also be able to give us the information. So if you know people that would like to see the movie and couldn't attend that night, they'll have a second chance over at the University Center. Also, coming up at the second meeting of this month, the fourth Tuesday of the month, we're going to have 2 short films. One is a presentation that Jim Denami put together of the transition of Cranberry Lake. And then we're also going to have a presentation, a fantastic PowerPoint of Ted Mueller's recent trip on the Chicago Honor Flight. So we will have popcorn and goodies, and that's going to be worth attending, so we'll get word out about those 2 as well. So that's going to be fun. I have been on vacation this past week, and will be out the rest of the week. But I just want to share with you, I feel like I've accomplished a lot this past week. I got my oldest son off to college this weekend, so quite a change of life around our house with that. With that, we'll move on to the clerk for her report.
Okay, just have been very busy working on Hainesville Fest, minutes, posting minutes on the website, and I used to send out minutes in email out to all the trustees regarding the minutes are posted on the website, and then I would close the minutes, but I'm not going to do that anymore because I think you guys get so many minutes, there's so many emails, so I'm just, most of the minutes are up to date, committee meeting and board meeting minutes. There are a few that aren't, and they know who they are, and they will be on shortly. So that's all I have to report.
Georgiana was cutting the cake.
I know.
Georgiana.
You're not dark, Georgiana. That's for you. All this organization of cake.
And Kathy ordered the cake, right?
So that's all I have to report.
We might have to censor you, Ms. Duderson, for cutting the cake full.
I missed out. Sorry. Fire me from the finance.
Well, since the treasurer is tied up,
Treasurer's, all right, so you
I'll
have to...
take one piece of ammunition so I can actually say something to the finance committee. The audit took place this week. The 2 auditors who barely appeared to be past their teen years were in for the week. Kelly said there's a few more questions to answer for them, and we're expecting, if all goes well, maybe the second meeting in September, if all goes well, to have the results of the audit. Did I cover everything that you had to say?
Yes, you did.
Excellent work. Teamwork at its best. So we did a twofer there.
So no added comments, Kelly?
No.
Other than those coming cake?
And that takes care of finance committee too.
Okay. Okay, we're going to move on to our EMA coordinator, Mike Benko.
Jerry, did you just want to keep on going?
Mike has done nothing.
He did that in 30 seconds, 2 reports, you got 15.
So nothing to report that way, except the big scoop is, I talked to Yuma today because...
You know what, can we get you over to the mic, just so we can get you on the tape for the YouTube audience, Mike, so they hear
Put the
you.
cake in front of me.
Yeah.
Really good. Nothing to report. I'm going to eat the cake. Nothing to report emergency-wise. This is the month of school preparedness in the state of Illinois, but that's not yet up on HainesvilleIL's website. I actually spoke to the state this afternoon when I asked them what happened to the calendar. It wasn't there. So if we have any educators, you might want to find out what the plans are in the schools. We do have a school in town. I'll be making a phone call to the principal just to say hello and see if they have their preparedness plans in order, which they probably do. And that's all I have.
Well, I want to commend you, Mike, and share a quick story with you. When we were driving back from Dubuque on Sunday afternoon, it was a lovely drive. You know, you drive back from Dubuque on I-20, you go through the lake. It's really a very pleasant drive. We're almost home. We're on 176. Weather's lovely. And my cell phone gets an alert from Chicago Fire. Thunderstorm warning. Look around, and I thought, oh, okay, we're going to get storms tonight. Well, then a few minutes later, I get an email from you on EMA, you know, basically asking, you know, who's around and, you know, report in because we have storms on the way. I'm like, wow, really? Well, then 2 minutes later, I mean, just from white to total blackness. And then as I get on 12, the windshields are going as fast as they could, and you still could not see the front. I mean, traffic was just crawling. So that last short leg of the trip took forever. But thank God we had no real damage. But that was wildly exciting. Okay, building official, Russ, you've been busy, Russ.
Yes. We got our monthly report. We got 2 pages of what I've been out driving around doing, so it's trying to clean up the place, so we're working on it.
Yeah, and for our YouTube audience, I would like to say that Russ has been out aggressively observing a lot of things that are getting overlooked by homeowners, getting negligent, and you know, we're trying to issue warning tags first. Russ has a yellow warning tag that he leaves, but he also has red tags some people, so we're going to be very aggressive about that because we've just had a lot of violations and people just not taking care of their property, and we're sympathetic to the hard times, but some of the stuff is just inexcusable. There's just no excuse for it, so just take note, please.
Mayor Soto?
Yes.
Just a comment. Sunday, my wife and I were cleaning up the front and entrance of the court.
Thank you.
And yeah, and one of the residents stopped by and just was starting to complain about the weed situation of all the laws that are out there and stuff like that. And he says, well, what can we do? Can't we get them, fine them for the weeds? That's all we can do is tell them to cut. But it was, the village ever looked into like a mass, like how just a contract that the residents could sit there and go to like True Green or something like that and get everybody together that wants it and see if we can get a big discount for as many people that want to sit there and basically go into this, you know, and say, okay, for $50 a year, we'll do 2 applications, get rid of the weeds. It would better beautify our village, and basically you wouldn't.
Well, I may bow to the attorney a moment, but I mean, that's a great idea to a point. The type of effort that you're talking about traditionally is done through associations, such as the townhomes have an association and a board. Some subdivisions have what are called homeowner associations, and then there's rules and you pay into that. The village taking that on, I think, opens a lot of other issues, which I'll bow to let Jim state some of them. What I have run into, I mean, we do have an ordinance which Russ has been enforcing where if their weeds or grass exceeds 8 inches, they have to mow or they're going to be fined. And we can even take action and mow it ourselves and leave the property if need be. But there's expense with that involved. So we only do that in drastic measures, and we're running to that a lot more with the foreclosure or vacant properties. So we have had to do that on occasion. But there are some people in this town that I will flat out